Welcome to the Oddfrog Chop Shop, your one-stop podcast for all things toy, design, collectible, comic book, video game, movies, pop culture, and more. And now please welcome your hosts, Kelly Greenwood and Eddie Hermosillo.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Oddfrog Chop Shop. It's a beautiful day here in sunny California. I'm Kelly Greenwood. That there is my best friend and business partner, Eddie Hermosillo.
What's up, guys?
And we are talking about today. We've got an unboxing actually from Axion Figs. Sent us a gift. It's our first gift from anything like that for the company and stuff, and so we're really excited about that. We want to talk about a successful action figure Kickstarter that I'm sure many of you heard about, and we want to talk about the Bandito and our future plans for action vehicles. We'll get that kind of up front and out of the way. I'm just going to share my screen real quick so we can put a picture of the Bandito up while we talk about it. Let's do this. And yeah, so guys, basically what we're doing right now with the Bandito is we're putting together a press kit that's basically our company profile, what we stand for, what we're about. And, we want to establish relationships with toy store companies like the Big Bad Toy Store and, Nerdzotic and smaller distributors like that. So we're going to keep the Bandito open for orders and pre-orders for about 2 more months and see if we can get some of these distributors to come on board. We've already got a good chunk of orders in. We're around 300 pre-orders. We need a lot more than that. But if we can get to some of these distributors and, have another vehicle to get pre-orders and open up to a wider audience, we still think there's a chance that we can do something with this vehicle. What we're going to do is we're going to give it till about September, pushing this press kit that we've got with the Bandito, with the van that we're also going to go to prototype on fairly soon. Just because we have access to methods of prototyping now that we didn't have before that makes it more cost effective, and things like that. So Eddie and I have done a deep dive on the Bandito, like pulling it apart, everything. We've seen every little piece of this car now as we're, and we're putting it back together. We're printing another production or another prototype model so that we can really push it one last time. But I think after that, once we get to September, we'll probably start pulling back on the Bandito and shifting our focus over to some other products that we're going to have coming out, towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year. Namely, 2 action figures that we're developing right now, and a comic book, which goes along with the action figures and the world we're creating. We've been messing around with ideas for our Jones Bones character, which is going to be in the comic book, as far as like telling a bit of a story with Jones Bones through toy photography in a comic book style that we can kind of release on a weekly basis story-wise, and then have that also tie in to the comic book story that we're going to be launching. Working on the comic now. I've got probably 5 or 6 pages, maybe 7 pages left of the story to complete as far as pencils. Then I go finish up the inks, and we have that as a product that we're going to offer and start world building. The Bandito is going to be in the story. All this stuff we want to have come together as part of what we're offering entertainment wise. So, we've got other characters and action figures we're developing that, will be in the story later on down the line. And we're just going to try to slowly build our world and take a little more of a measured approach to what products we offer and, and how we go about um, getting these things to market for you. You know, we kind of, as Eddie's mentioned before, we jumped in head first into the deep end with the Bandito, competing with like Hasbro and stuff. I mean, I would say we had our car and we're designing our car before anybody ever heard of that. But you know, there's other players coming into the game now, and we're going to give it this one last push to go to distribution and keep all those orders in line like we have. There's about 20 of you that purchased the Bandito with money, and so if we don't get this distribution by the end of August or so, you know, we're going to start refunding those orders back just so that we can pull back on that product, you know, maybe even save it for another day. Look at getting the bad van prototyped, so we can start populating the world that we're trying to create here. So yeah, that being said, that's kind of the business of the Bandito up front. And then Eddie and I have been watching this little Kickstarter that many of you have probably heard of. Eddie, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, for sure, man. So, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people in the community have been following along, know about him, know of him, aka Unparalleled Universe, aka Wade Merrick. So yeah, his let me share my screen. His Kickstarter actually just funded.
That's so awesome.
Entirely sure when, but yeah, I was watching it last night when I got home from work, and he needed about $4,000. He had about 8 hours left, and this morning, yeah, earlier today, he surpassed his $130,000 by almost $7,500. So he made
that's fantastic.
Almost 10,000 in like a few hours to fund his whole Kickstarter. The odious living curse. So again, congratulations to this dude. He's been in the community for a minute, Unparalleled. And yeah, I mean,
that's really cool
character. Some of the art's cool. Your articulation looks pretty amazing. Unique, interesting character, you know. Would love to find out more about his story. You know what
do we know about him?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure, bro. Like,
he's got a Bigfoot vibe, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's just like a lot of people say he's just like a G, a gangster, you know, like they refer to him. He's like a G, some G. Odious is just like a Sasquatch who wears a flannel and some jeans. It's just an original character. I don't know that he has. I'm sure he does have a backstory, but you know, some sort of story. I like this.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, half monster, half hero.
Where did it say that? You looked it up?
Right. Yeah. No, right there. We were just scrolling past it.
Family comic book characters and monsters and beyond.
Oh yeah, here you go.
There's a man who sacrificed his soul to save his people. They didn't know he was making a sacrifice to send themselves to eternal torment, cursed to live lives that aren't his. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes to show it can be done. You know, you can be an independent and create a cool product, and people will support it. Yeah, and it looks like a smart campaign too, with the wholesale pack, and that was smart.
Yeah, he definitely. I think he added these after, like the buck bodies. I know he had his plush, and then he had like accessory sets. I took a peek at it in the beginning, and then he had his like distributor bundle pack, and then a signed version. So definitely something to look at, you know, when we look into launching our characters and whatnot.
Yeah,
of course. Absolutely. Now that you have a 40-page comic graphic novel to go along with it, you know, that might be pretty dope.
More than that. I'm on page 46 right now.
For a comic, and then your add-on can be a character. Or, well, you know, what would be cheaper? You know, you got your character, so character bundle, and then you add a comic. Buy one character, I think the other character, or both characters, or both characters in the comic. Yeah, bro.
I think all that, all that for sure. And then I really like the wholesale bundle thing he did here. That's really smart. And, I think, you just break it down into the different tiers. You can get, I want to have cover variants. There's going to be a black and white and a color issue. So there'll be tiers there that people can invest in. If you just want to read the story and see the art, there'll be a black and white version. And there'll be a color version, which will be a little bit more, but then all those things can be mixed and matched and tiered with the action figure, which I'm hoping will be right around the same time that these two things finish together. We've got a Jones Bones action figure and we've got an Oddfrog action figure that go with the comic book, excuse me. It's right now the action figure is in development. I'm doing the articulation on it, and things are going really well. And I think they should kind of marry up perfectly as a finish. So we should be able to offer those two things at the same time with Jones Bones. We need a body for Jones Bones. We've got a really cool sculpted head that Eddie's done. And but we want our bodies to be all unique too, because it's part of the story, as you guys will find out when the comic comes out. So it's necessary for each character to be unique and individualized as far as the shape of the body, especially when later on next year we start to unveil more of how the game is going to work and stuff like that. You're going to have tanks, you're going to have agility characters and stuff like that. And so, the different body styles are going to be critical.
For sure. And then just having unique bodies is always something good. You know what I'm saying? Having different things and different sizes and styles, giving new aspects to the game.
Yeah, exactly. And my favorite characters or toy lines and stuff were always the ones that had, aside from G.I. Joe, which I loved, but all the bodies there were essentially kind of the same. But like the Ninja Turtles and stuff like that, where all the characters embodied what they, what their power was or what their mutation was. And so that's critical to the story we're writing. A lot of characters go through some strange transformations, and eventually the entire world we're creating basically breaks down and becomes mostly, let's say, unhuman. So, where'd you go, Eddie?
For sure.
Your camera disappeared.
I'm right here, man.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you. So we have an unboxing to do on the show today. This is our second unboxing. If you watched our last one, I got Shipwreck in the mail like a couple months early, so that was an awesome surprise. And today we have an unboxing. I have no idea what this is. I've been sitting with it for about a week because we've been trying to get this podcast going. Let me grab it real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. So again, we want to thank, as Kelly says, Action Figs. He's a follower, subscriber. He's been on the show a couple of times on the podcast.
All right.
I guess you sent Kelly something, so we'll see what that is.
So Action Figs sent this to us. I have no idea what it is. He told me it's not from Nerdzotic. He just used the box. He hates to waste boxes, which I totally agree. And so yeah, I have no idea what this is.
Find out.
I know. This is awesome. He's been doing some pics lately with a Magnum character he created, which is awesome. That's like my favorite show of all time. All right, Axion, friend of the show. Ooh. Awesome toy photographer. We had him and Alias Fancast on a couple weeks ago. Definitely go check that podcast out. Those guys are great. was a great show. Fun episode. Probably the funnest one we've done in a while. And I'm breaking pins trying to get this box open. It's the wrong way. There we go. All right. See what we got here. Box within a box. Excellent, excellent packaging. Oh my God. No way, dude. Oh my God. No way. Wow. Wow, guys.
Something you mentioned.
Gung Ho. This is crazy in so many ways. Wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is just so cool.
You see the back?
So, yeah. So this is amazing because this is one of my first G.I. Joes I ever had back in the day was Gung Ho. And my dad was a Marine. And so my sister and I always just kind of imagined that like Gung Ho was like our dad. You know, he had the stash and everything. And so this is pretty awesome. Wow. I mean, this is going to be hard to bust open, but I'm going to have to do it because I'm not a collector. I'm a designer, and I have to play with these. But man, I love the retro card of it. That's so cool.
Yeah,
that's what I remember seeing back in the day.
I've heard if you rub like alcohol on the back or around the little adhesive area, it should like the plastic part should pop right off, yo.
Oh, really? The super sneaky way to.
Yeah, they do it. They do it a lot with Hot Wheels and whatnot.
Wow, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I might have. See, normally when I get these, I can't bring myself to pull them out of the box right when I get it. I have to just sit on it and like make sure that that's what I want to do. But look at him; he's so cool, man. Yeah, I mean. They're far superior to the originals, of course, in so many ways, as far as look and detail and articulation. But I love how they capture just that's totally him, the essence of Gung Ho.
Yeah.
But yeah,
looks great, man.
That's cool.
Thank
you, Axion,
aka Action Figs.
Yeah, this is too cool. Super, super cool. Wow, I was not expecting to get a G.I. Joe today. That's super cool. Wow. So, yeah, all right. Well, I mean, we didn't really have too much today, guys. We wanted to do the unboxing. That's been killing me for a week to sit there on that. So, yeah, thank you, Axion. That is super cool. I'll definitely get some pictures up of him this week. And I'll get a nice shot of all my Joes together. That'll be cool.
I will tell you this though, you gotta work on your posing, bro.
Do I?
Yeah, they're kind of like
they're a little stiff.
Yeah, look, like the new Jada Toys line, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, those are cool.
These are sick. Like you can pose them. So I've been messing with them for like a week, man, and they stand like this, bro. Like. They legit hold their pose.
Wow, that is
like
super
these figs are like, yeah. Jada Toys came out of nowhere. Sorry, came out of nowhere with these guys. And the fact that yeah, former classmate.
Yeah, I have a good friend that works for Jada. Yep. And
I don't think he's working on a figure line, but damn, I sure would love to.
He may be now. I know he wanted to. He's been there for a couple years now.
Dang, these are clean, bro.
Yeah. Why do you think it was just
what?
Is it just a well-balanced character that they hold their pose and stuff like that?
Dude, I mean, I just think that the quality of the plastic, it's like a softer PVC. It's certain parts are a little softer, certain parts are stiffer. The articulation is I mean, these are like the V-Toys. V-Toys was a popular company that came out with, blank bucks like this one here. They've done their own figures as well, but for Jada to come out with a figure like this for $20, bro, like these were like 40, 60 bucks at one point. And then
Wow.
you have your Nota Man Studio, skinnier version ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then your comic book heroes. These are like huge, right? But I mean, these Jada ones just. And you know who I was gonna say? Who else is coming out with a figure line? Actually, a Call of Duty is Jazzwares is doing Call of Duty. I actually applied for the position at Jazzwares to work on the Call of Duty team.
Speaking of Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, speaking of Call of Duty, I gotta go pick that up. My son wants that thing so bad. Yeah,
that's cool, man.
That looks dope. Yeah,
It
they're coming out
really
with.
Well.
Yeah, let me see if I can look some up, because when I looked it up, I was like, oh, like I wish I was part of that project, because some of those figures were looking rough as is. Nothing against
Call of Duty
team,
stuff?
But
really?
They showed up. Yeah, and it just looked like, I don't know. Again, no offense. I'm not here to offend anybody, but it could have been done a lot better. Look, let me share my screen. The Valaverse figures look a lot better. I'll give him that. So, to be a big, huge company, and here we go. Oh, there's a whole video. Oh, no, that's the wrong post. Hold on. Anyways. So, yeah, they're coming out with a new Call of Duty line. Whole line. I don't know. The figure just looked... this is the only picture? Oh, yeah, see? There's just something about it.
Yeah. I see what you mean. It's kind of...
I mean, this might be a prototype. I'm sure this is a prototype, but it looks a bit on the rough end. Like, it looks like that something you would see easily at 5 and below in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like the 5.99. Like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, definitely could have been done a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But good luck to them. We'll see how it turns out. Some of the comments were, not the best. Yeah, see, the packaging looks dope. See, the Halo line didn't work out so well.
Yeah, looks pretty janky and warped. Line. I mean, that's pretty apt description, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. That plastic looks like it warps. It looks soft. It looks like it'll pop right off and fall apart. Like, again, it is a prototype. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Some interesting
There's a lot of more figures hitting the market, different companies coming out. So,
yeah. Well, and I think that's all the more reason. Our stab at it. It's important for us to create really well done stories around the world we're trying to create. I think right now what you've got is a bunch of these companies that just went a weird direction with their franchises and stuff, with kind of the politically correct stuff or whatever. And I just see it as a total opportunity as people kind of flock from Disney, from these companies that, seem to just kind of trash their own legacy. For us, it's like an opportunity to create something new, something fun. Like, our story is an action adventure story. It's set slightly in the future, so it's got a bit of a cyberpunk, I guess, kind of element to it. But it's a detailed world we're trying to create, and we want our stories just to be fun and geared towards the audience that we know is out there and is craving stuff that's just fun. It doesn't have all the preachy stuff and trying to tell you how to live and think. We just want to create fun action adventure stories that can grow and expand and evolve. and provide us with a platform for which to launch our ideas and, you know, have something that collectors can sink their teeth into. I've said it before, you know, we want to be an entertainment company, and that means, you know, all aspects of creating worlds for these characters and stuff that we want to do as toys. I mean, toys is our passion, but I think the right and correct way to do that is to build story and world around all that stuff. So that's what we're aiming for. And I'm really excited about the comic book. It's like, I got to go back to it right after this. I mean, basically when I go to work, I'm in ZBrush all day, sculpting the action figure a large part of the day. And then I come home and I draw on the comic book at night and on the weekends. So we're getting close to done with that. Then we, like I said, we go to the inking process, and then we've got a product on our hands that's I think a more realistic, kind of achievable first-time product. People can take a little more of a risk on a smaller item like that, and see where we're going to take this world. And yeah, so that's about what we got for today, guys. Eddie, you have anything you want to add?
I do not, man. I do not. Just again, congratulations to Wade and ODS. But yeah, that's about it, man.
Absolutely. That is a great sign for everybody that you know, somebody with an idea and a good, well thought out, you know, plan can make it happen. So props to him for sure. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for this round of the Chop Shop podcast. Thanks for hanging with us. And yeah, we'll see you all again next time. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Oddfrog Chop Shop podcast. This episode is brought to you by MLCVoice.com and OddFrogEntertainment.com. Theme music is Burlesque Heartache by RKVC. Please remember to rate and subscribe. Until next time, keep creating and keep playing.